Okay, this is for Taurus. This is Zuzu's crystal forecast for Taurus for the year 2019. Again, I'm using Doreen Virtue's crystal angel cards. These are oracle cards. What I love about them is the artwork, and Doreen Virtue stresses free will for all of her products. So if at any point in the year, Taurus, you find a different crystal resonating with you during the month that I am talking about in this video, please feel free to pick it up. I'm just going to give the deck a quick shuffle. So I am going to use as an overview what's on the bottom of the deck, and then I'm going to lay out month by month all of the cards. I'm just going to do a quick cut here. Okay, so for the bottom of the card, and I'm not going to read any reversals with this either. So the overview for Taurus for 2019 is Larimar. It says sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. So be gentle with yourself, Taurus, in 2019. Think about where you can put in maybe better self-care. As you can see, I've chosen as your significator the Hierophant. You can use a different card if it appeals to you as your significator. I just use it because generally it's understood that it's Taurus. So I'm just going to go month by month here. So for January, you have Appetite. It says progress, not perfection. For for February, we have Ruby, bless your heart. That's such a southern saying, bless your heart. For March, we have Aquamarine. Let me just push this card up a little bit. And Aquamarine is divine life purpose. For April, which can be part of your birth month, we have Amethyst. For May, which is mostly understood to be Taurus's birth month, end of April to the end of May, really. We have Opal, which says let yourself sparkle and shine. For June, we have Smoky Quartz, and this is for clearing negativity. For July, Clear Quartz. It says let yourself feel all your emotions. For August, we have Sapphire. It says easy does it. Again, you know, sensitive emotions, take care of yourself, self-care and gentleness. Okay. So for September, we have Jade, which is about wellness. For October, we have Topaz. It says forgiveness heals. For November, we have Rhodocrossite. It says be gentle with yourself. Here we go again. Be gentle, Taurus. Be gentle with yourself. And in December, we have Moldavite. It says unconventionality. Okay, so in January, Appetite. This says focus on progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. So we're just coming out of the Christmas holidays here in January. We're also in the resolution period where people are kind of beating themselves up to achieve something early in the year or achieve something at all during the year. The focus is progress. We are all a work of progress. We are none of us perfect. You sometimes hinder your progress by focusing on how imperfect you are. You can really get lost in that conversation. And as you start the year, it's especially not productive because generally you need to start strong to get through a year. So if you've already hindered yourself by focusing on imperfections, Taurus, consider your progress and go from there. For February, Ruby, bless your heart. And I love this. I used to live in South Carolina and you hear bless his heart. And generally it had a couple meanings. For the most part, it was kind of like, well, he just can't do any better than he can do. But Ruby is a heartstone. And this means bless your heart in a positive way, not the southern way. It says, Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So in February, and this is when Valentine's Day occurs, think about how your heart is. What is the condition of your heart, Taurus? How much time have you given your self-love and self-healing in the second month of the year? For March, we're moving into a period in which having aquamarine might be nice, aquamarine, if I can say that correctly. And you're focusing on your divine life purpose. So I'm a Pisces and I love aquamarines. They're a very pale blue gemstone. And they look like Caribbean water to me. Very clear, crystal clear, light pale blue. And the color blue tends to reflect spirit, especially if you're talking about auras. So aquamarine can remind you of your divine life purpose. And it says, trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Okay. For April, amethyst. This says, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel love for who you truly are. And this is something that earth signs can have an issue with, is letting others in and letting people really see who they truly are. Earth signs tend to be very materialistic, and they're focused kind of like, look what I have, look what I can do. Well, maybe not so much look what I can do, but look what I have done. It's done. I did this. I acquired this. Amethyst, in the month of April might be a good stone to wear or to carry to remind you that you're good as you are, and that it is safe for others to see who you really are, Taurus. All right, as we get into May, this is Taurus's birth month. Opal, it says, let yourself sparkle and shine. And right around your birthday, how about that? It says, let yourself sparkle and shine. You're guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So for me, the Tauruses I know tend to be kind of understated. You might show off just in kind of retaliation to someone who maybe didn't think well of you at some point, or in whom you are personally disappointed, and you just kind of want to give them a, hey, by the way, I made it without your help. A little heads up. Opals are lovely stones. I like to think that they're multifaceted, of course. Multifaceted, but the way that they're polished, they're always polished to a very smooth shine. So all those facets tend to be really wholly included in the whole of the stone. I like to think that human beings are like that as well. We're multifaceted and multifascinating and fascinated by several things. But, all of those sides of us are smoothly incorporated into the whole of who we are. For June, smoky quartz, clearing negativity. So if perhaps you are at any point in the year, and especially in June, feeling there is a lot of negativity in your surroundings and the people that you're dealing with, in the situations you're dealing with, smoky quartz would be recommended to carry to help clear negativity. This says, release negativity from within or around you. Whatever you are doing, especially in June, Taurus, smoky quartz might be necessary to help you release that negativity that you're feeling, wherever it's coming from. And in July, you have clear quartz. It says, let yourself feel all your emotions. Generally, Taurus like to hold back. Earth signs tend to be, they don't, I wouldn't say they tend to repress, but I think they tend to downplay, which can sometimes be the same. It says, let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. So the thing with emotions is, if you don't let yourself experience them, you will reap the benefits later, in that they will pop up where you don't need them. And they might pop up in kind of an amplified way. This is especially true with anger and with hurt. You can sometimes find yourself reacting to situations that felt similar to something in which you were really disappointed or really hurt, and you react in a more amplified manner, which you may not intend in that situation, which may not actually be appropriate to that situation. If you journal, if you express yourself, if you go to therapy, if you talk to somebody you trust and just let yourself feel the emotions and let yourself get it out of your system, you're not going to experience that later on. So clear quartz might be helpful for you to clear all of those emotions out of your space, Taurus. For August, sapphire, it says easy does it. Again, a little call to self-care here as your yearly overview, Taurus. Easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. Tauruses are achievers. That's wonderful. Most of the earth signs are. Most of the ones I've run into that are earth signs have been focused on achieving and gaining material goods and, being seen to have a kind of life. Generally, I haven't noticed that they tend to take a lot of time out for self-care. So, again, a sapphire might be a lovely stone to wear and or to carry around as a reminder that this is important too, to sometimes give yourself a little bit of a break as you're doing all the wonderful, things that you're doing, moving mountains and whatnot. As we move into September, jade is a recommended stone for you. Focusing on your wellness, it says the recovery of health and wellness is here. So again, this is stressing self-care. Something that's interesting to me about jade, I was told by a Chinese friend of mine that if you inherit a piece of jade jewelry, like a ring or a bracelet, from one of your ancestors, from a mother or a grandmother or whoever you get this from, that the veining on the jade stone will change according to the person who wears it. So it will be slightly different than it will be, say, for your mother who wore the ring or the bracelet, or your grandmother. That's something I find very interesting about jade. I find that fits into wellness, well as well. So that is also reflective of how our personal wellness journey goes. It's always slightly different for us as individuals than it is for somebody else. And sometimes we, as humans, love to go on the internet and look at blogs, and people say, don't do this, do that, and it all seems to conflict. You have to do what works for you and focus on yourself. Here we go with topaz. This is for the month of October. And it says forgiveness heals. On your wellness journey, one thing you should probably find very healing is being able to be in forgiveness. Topaz is a stone which helps you achieve this if you find yourself blocked. It says time to release repressed anger as it's blocking your health and happiness. People do not tend to believe in the power of unforgiveness until they have experienced a period of time in which they have really forgiven some grievous past hurts, and suddenly life is very different. What this is basically you're holding on to negative energy, and you cannot be positive when you are overwhelmingly negative, and that's what unforgiveness does for you in your journey. It holds you in a negative space, and you want to be positive, but until you release that and you clear it, you are not able to move into a higher vibration and be more positive. So now we are in November, and this is the month of Thanksgiving. The recommended crystal for you, Taurus, is rhodochrosite. It says, be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. And, this is really funny that it comes at the end of the year. The end of the year, and especially the Christmas holidays, is where we have a lot of self-summary going on. We check in with ourselves and we go, what did I do? Did it work? Did I like it? Did I enjoy it? Has my year been good? Has my year been bad? How's it been? This is a reminder that as you're doing all the self-analysis, to be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot, and you need time to heal and recover, and it's okay, again, to think about self-care and gentleness. This fits in with your yearly overview again. Just going to point that out. I know I keep hammering on it. All right. And that's also something really nice to do for yourself at the end of the year when you're dealing with people that you haven't seen for a while, asking you questions maybe you don't want to answer. A little extra stress. For December, the recommended crystal is moldavite. It says unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. It's okay. We are all individuals. Moldavite is meant to help you realize that, just because you are not meeting a prescribed ideal or feel as though you are not, that it's okay to be who you are and be unconventional and be an individual. This is also, again, the last month of the year in which we are doing a lot of self-check-ins and trying to think through how the year went for us, and we are possibly being in social situations with people who feel the right to ask questions that will further force an analysis that maybe we don't want to consider. So again, this is a time where if you are happy being the unique person that you are, those questions and those people, they're not going to feel negative to you. It's just going to be somebody who's curious, instead of somebody who's trying to make you feel bad or somebody who is trying to push an ideal on you. So that is your crystal forecast for 2019 Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you found it did not resonate with you, again, it's just a general overview. And please feel free to go to cafeastrology.com to check your moon, rising, Venus, and sun sign. I don't know why I didn't lead with that one. Anyway, have a wonderful 2019 Taurus. Bye.